Alright, hello. So this video, welcome to, as you know from the title, this is another low-buy update for July and August. Now, this is not a success story, okay? This is actually a story of failure that I'm hoping to grow from in the next, like, whatever part of this year is left. So if you're new to this, if this is the first low buy update that you're watching, let me give you and also myself a refresher. So my low buy is basically a budget essentially of $60 a month that I can spend on like makeup stuff that I don't. That's not a replacement or something that I don't already have. So any extras of makeup, that's technically my budget. I was doing super great, let's say January through May, and then the end of May into June through July, I've not been doing great. The main issue that I had in July was that it was my birthday month, and I've realized now that I can't give myself any room because I will take whatever room I give myself and run with it, okay? So that's where we're at. You know, it is what it is. Most of the things that I bought in July, I've actually gotten a shit ton of use out of already, but I'm not proud of it, okay? So, whatever. Judge me if you must. But we're hoping to learn from our mistakes, self-reflect on my spending habits, because I hope to like not have to have such a strict budget. And it's also been helpful to me to just record everything that I've bought, because I think this month probably best reflects how I was spending before. I just didn't keep track of it because I was scared of keeping track of it. Anyway, so basically the beginning of the month, I was like, let me treat myself to something for my birthday because it's my birthday month. And so I made a JD Glow order because they had a sale, I think probably for like July 4th. And I've made a few videos on this, but they're in my giant colored rain palettes, and they're all the like large shadows at the top. I don't regret that at all. I think it was $70 all told, so that's not bad, I don't think. I love my JD Glow shadows. I hope to do like a video series, like a multiple looks video series, or just one video using my JD Glow shadows, maybe two. Anyway, like I really have been loving to collect special sparkly indie shadows, and that, if that had been my only birthday purchase, fucking great, okay? Then the Likely Makeup Fairy Blush Palette went on sale. And it went on sale for $30. I have wanted this for so long. If you watch my videos, you know that the Clown Blush Palette from Likely Makeup is probably one of my all-time favorite makeup products ever. And again, it was on sale and I was like $30. That might even include shipping. I think that actually includes shipping. I was like, not bad for how much use I know I'm going to get out of it and how long I've wanted it. I was like, let me just add this on as another birthday purchase that I'm not adding toward my budget, because by the way, I'm in the red $95 as of the beginning of July because I made a giant Terra Moons order in June. Okay, so this is what we're working with, all right? I don't have a ton of budget. I don't actually have any budget money to spend. Then we went to Walmart, and I don't really have access to Walmart in general. I was like, wow, look at all this makeup that's cheaper than it is at Shoppers. Let me get some things. The one thing from Walmart that I was counting was that I didn't need, quote unquote, was this NYX Lip Liner in the shade Cold Brew. I had been wanting this specific one, or like a dark brown lip liner, for a really long time. Was always out of stock. It was in stock. This was $10 and I bought it, and I'm wearing it today. I have gotten a ton of use out of it. Lip liner is something that I've been really into and have been using basically like every time I do my makeup. So I'm not mad at it, but I am like, I could have waited, you know? But I did buy it, whatever. At least I'm using it. And then at Walmart, what else did I get? Oh, I ran out of my cleansing balm, so I had to get a cleansing balm. I got the Milani Green Goddess Makeup Melter Cleansing Balm with Cannabis Sativa Seed Oil. This was more expensive than I thought. This was $18, and it's bad. I don't like it. It smells nice, I guess, but I don't like it. And it has a very small amount of product. I'm almost done it, and I would not recommend anyone to buy this at all. I also got a foundation brush. This is the e.l.f. Buffing Foundation Brush. This was $7. Yes, and this is like the best $7 that I probably spent all month. Love this foundation brush. I was getting sick and tired of having to constantly clean or have my foundation brush dirty. I always used the Real Techniques buffing brush. I was looking for another foundation brush, and I absolutely love this. I use this preferentially now over my Real Techniques one. It's it's super dense. It's like a really great shape. It's not too big, but it's not like super small. I absolutely love this, and I would definitely consider also getting like a second one of these. So I don't regret buying this at all. Brushes, I don't usually buy a ton of. I buy them here and there, but it's not something that I generally like have to control my spending on. And it was something that I've been thinking about buying a second foundation brush for a really long time. And then I also ran out of my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, so I bought a second one. This was $7, which is cheaper than it is at Shoppers. This is it is a concealer that I pretty much have with me in my collection always. $7. It was cheaper than than the typical price at Shoppers, which is like the closest makeup retailer to me. And so I ended up purchasing that. All told, like all in, it was not cheap, but like these things I do use a lot. And then at Walmart, let me just, I guess, go into this. So I have been getting into nail polish again. It's a kind of a long story with me and nail polish. I was really into it when I was in like middle school and high school, and then I kind of just stopped wearing it altogether because I'm really self-conscious about my hands. I have fucking fat ass sausage fingers, okay, like tiny chubby little hands. I feel very self-conscious about my fingers. It's like the number one part of my body that I'm most self-conscious about. And so for a long time, like basically all of my undergrad and most of my master's, I didn't wear nail polish at all because I didn't want to draw attention to my hands. But I just in July and June decided that like I wanted to get more into nail polish, and it's been something that I've really enjoyed, but I know myself and I know that if I don't limit myself, I'm gonna go overboard. So I've decided to only let myself buy one new nail polish a month. This was another exception because I saw China Glaze, a China Glaze stand, and I'd never seen China Glaze before in my entire life, and I've heard so much about it from like YouTube, and I just decided it was 2 for $14, so I decided to get 2 colors. Again, I'm happy I did. I got this beautiful mustard shade. This is called Mustard the Courage. I've been wanting like a mustard nail polish for a long time, and this is absolutely beautiful. And then I also got this shade, which is like shifty, like a multi-chrome shade. This is the shade Gone Glamping. This is such a beautiful nail polish. It's the perfect fall nail polish. It's like, it shifts from like bronze to rose gold to teal to like a forest green. It's so beautiful and it lasts so long. I've been absolutely loving these 2 nail polishes, and they're like perfect for fall. So those are what I got at Walmart. Okay, so you know, we're doing that was mostly sensible purchases. Okay, like the only thing that I went really overboard on, I guess, was nail polish and this lip liner, but at least I'm using them. I also ran out of a mascara, so I picked up the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. This was $2.99, okay, so really very low in cost, and I've been absolutely loving this. I think it's a really great mascara, and I'm super happy that this is what I went with. probably the cheapest mascara option that I could have gotten, and I've been loving it a lot. So at least there's that. I also decided to get another foundation because have basically gone an unofficial foundation no-buy for I want to say since the beginning of the pandemic. So basically 2 years at this point, or 18 months or whatever. And so I bought the Milani Conceal & Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Concealer. This is the shade 008 Porcelain. This was $14.99, so definitely like a more expensive foundation, but honestly for Canadian drugstore prices, that's pretty standard. And I've been absolutely loving this. So happy that this is the one I decided to go for. It's beautiful. It lasts super well. It's a beautiful texture. I'm so happy. Again, one that I feel like I hear people talk about all the time, and I'm happy that I ended up picking it up. And again, I'm still like not looking to buy more foundations. This is kind of like one that I've cycled in because I've been using up a ton, and so I thought that I could allow myself to have one. It just is kind of like you run out of a whole bunch of things at once, or you're in a place where it makes sense to pick some things up and it just kind of adds up over the month, is kind of what happened in July. And then also some irresponsible decisions were made. I also, speaking of nail polish, at the very beginning of the month got this Essence Shine Last and Go Gel Nail Polish in the shade 0 to Hero. So it's really pretty like bluey gray color. This was $2.99, so oh no, the mascara, sorry, was $4.99, which is still not bad for a mascara. Typically I pay upwards of like $10+. This was $2.99. So again, didn't break the bank. And I was like, I'll let me buy this. And I've been using it a lot, and I like it. It's a $2.99 nail polish that works like relatively well. I also I needed a hair oil because I feel like my hair has just been like really dry and blah. So I got the L'Oreal Extraordinary oil, penetrating oil, and I just take like some and put it on my hair. I use this like every day basically that I don't wash my hair, so I've gotten like a pretty good amount of use out of it, and it still hasn't really gone down that much. I've been using it basically straight for 2 months. It smells so good. I absolutely love the way it smells. I don't know if this is like good or bad. I'm not really a hair person. But yeah, it's fine. It makes my hair like feel nice when I put it in, but I don't feel like I notice any like overall lasting benefits from it, but whatever. It was $11 approximately, because I don't think I remember exactly how much it cost. It was around there. And then I made an Ordinary order because again, I'd been running out of some things, so I got the glycolic acid 7% toning solution. I was using the Inky List glycolic acid, and it's honestly transformed my skin regularly using a chemical exfoliant, and so I got the one from the Ordinary. It's bigger, and I feel like it might last me longer. I don't know, and it works the same. I've used it like a couple times so far. I also ran out of my facial oil that I use like on a semi-regular basis, so I got the 100% cold pressed virgin marula oil. I feel like the Drunk Elephant sells marula oil for like $100, and I was like, let me try this one because this was $10. Overall, I spent $30 at The Ordinary, which I don't think is super bad. And then I also got another foundation from them because I was running low on the other coverage foundation that I had, and this is $6, so it's super affordable, and it's kind of just like my go-to foundation that I use when I don't need a super long-lasting or like intense foundation. Sorry if you can hear sounds, that's my girlfriend cooking in the kitchen. I got the shade 1.0 NS. This is a different shade that I got than last time, but my other one still hasn't dyed yet, so I haven't used this one yet, but it's basically just a backup. And then when I made that order, I also put the coverage or high coverage concealer in my cart because it was $5, and I was like, let me try it. It's fine. I enjoy it. It's nice. But if you're looking for like a pretty like good standard concealer that's really affordable, this is good. It's not like blowing me out of the water though. And then, so now let's move into some irresponsible purchases, but I have loved them. So, you know, this July is it came out like, I think launched like on my birthday, like for real. So the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette, I bought it. You know it. I've made multiple videos on it, and I have little to no, I have absolutely no regret over buying this. If I hadn't have bought this, I would have felt so sad. It's beautiful, but you have already watched all of my videos on this. You know how much that I have been into this palette. I also just threw the Beauty Bay Utopia palette into my cart when I purchased it. I've only used this one purple shade called Serene, and it worked really well. I don't know why. I just absolutely loved this palette. It was $14, so I bought it. It definitely didn't break the bank, but it's one of those things I didn't need, but that I bought anyway. And then last but not least, this is the one that I should not have bought. I should have just waited, but I couldn't help myself. I like knew that it was wrong, but like my arm reached for it and I just walked up to the till and I couldn't control myself. I got the Pat McGrath Divine Blush in the shade Desert Orchid. It's what I'm wearing today. I've worn this so much over the past like basically month because I bought this right at the end of July. This was $50, so this is a fucking expensive blush, but it's exactly what I wanted. I've been looking for a neutral blush that's not like super intensely bright, like a super bright color, but that's not like super orangey. That's a little bit like rosy. It's just like basically a blush that's going to go with everything. This is exactly it. It's stunning. It goes with pretty much any look that I could ever think of, and it has like a little bit of a rosiness to it so that it almost gives me like a sunburnt effect, you know, like has that like warm reddish almost rosy undertone. I can't stop wearing it. I basically wear it every day for filming, for everyday life. It's just so beautiful, so luxe, but so nice. It's like the perfect shade. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. And it was like I went into a physical Sephora store and I was able to swatch and like see things, and I was like, I'm gonna get it. So things, for a lot of reasons, added up in July. I ran out of everything at once, it felt like, and then I also treated myself to too many things. It's whatever, you know, it's what it is. It's been done. I would have actually more regret if there were things that I didn't use or that I genuinely felt were like, oh, I didn't like, I mean, I obviously don't need any of this, right? But like I have gotten so much use out of all of this stuff already, and I have genuinely, like, there isn't one product that I don't like or that I don't like reach for on like a regular basis. So that, for that reason at least, I'm getting use out of it, right? So after July ended, I was like, holy fuck, that's enough of that for shopping. And so August has been better, well, with one exception. So it's difficult, at least for me, to like change my mindset out of allowing myself to buy things and then going right back into, no, you can't buy anything at all. It really is like a mental shift. Other people may have like totally no problem with it, but it's like the one, shopping has just become my one like really big vice. And so mentally, I have to adjust my brain to try to not seek that serotonin rush of like buying new things. And also just with having this channel, it's kind of like difficult sometimes to like stop myself. So going into that, I forgot to get it. Let me show you. Okay, so the one like really thing that this is like a regret, truly a regret, but I was in Shoppers, I think I was on the phone with my mom, so I was like half my brain capacity, and I bought the e.l.f. Electric Mood X Tiana Major 9 Feeling Lucky palette. I never buy palettes for one shade, truly never, but this shade Pound Coin at the bottom, I saw it glistening from within this palette, and I felt like I had to buy it. This whole row of metallics looks so beautiful in the pan. I've used this once in a video that I filmed, but then I corrupted the file, so I've never made it to YouTube, and I didn't feel like it was really like important enough of a video to refilm or anything. And you know what? I actually enjoyed using this. I saw Beauty Bean did a video on this and she like hated this palette. I enjoyed the mattes. This is a beautiful shimmer. I have only used it once, so I can't say, you know, speak to the true quality of all of it, but I loved the look that I did with this. It was $20, so it's not like so expensive of an impulse buy, but impulse buys like this add up, and it wasn't something that I needed in any way, shape, or form. So I have it, and I did include this in my budget. So now, currently, I'm in the red and at $55. So if I don't buy anything for September, which I honestly feel like well, I know I'm going to hold myself to that because now that I'm filming this video, it's like, so I should be like good to go for September. I'll at least not be in debt to myself anymore. And then, yeah, because it's not like I haven't been buying makeup, clearly. So my other purchases that don't count towards my budget, I allowed myself to buy one nail polish. I got another Essence one because they're just affordable, and I wanted something a little bit brighter for summer. This is again the Essence Shine Lasting Go Gel Nail Polish. This is the shade Legally Pink. It's like a really bright pink, like raspberry-ish pink. I don't know. I liked it. It was just kind of fun to have like a pink for the end, like the last month of summer. And again, it was $2.99, so like not super breaking the bank. And then the palette that I'm wearing today, or what I'm wearing on my eyes today, this was actually, I just spent $20 on this, ironically comparing it directly to the e.l.f. palette, but I got a gift card from my mom for my birthday, and I decided to spend it on the Pat McGrath Mothership Bronze Seduction palette. I've used it for the first time on my eyes today. I filmed a video that will probably be up after this one. I have to say I absolutely adore it, especially for only paying $20 of my own money. It's so beautiful, so special. I'm really glad that this is what I ended up buying, and you'll see my thoughts further in that video. I won't go too much in depth with it. And then the last thing I bought, which I didn't include in my budget because I don't have any product that's remotely like this, and it's just been like so all the rage cream products recently that I just decided to go for it, which I can justify anything. But I got the Danessa Myricks Power Bronzer in the shade Light. This is her cream bronzer, and you know what, again, at least I bought something that I have gotten a ton of use out of. So this is $34, which is, I feel like, pretty middle of the road in terms of like a bronzing product. It's not outrageously expensive. It's definitely not cheap, but it's like $30 feels generally like middle of the road price. It's a beautiful cream bronzer. Like, to me, if I made a cream bronzer that would work for myself and my oily skin, this would be it. It's a beautiful shade for me as well. It's not super orange. It's like the perfect like amount of the perfect tone, the perfect depth. And it's really, really beautiful. It's not like super shiny or greasy, but it's emollient. It blends out. It almost like sets down to a powder finish. And I thought that I would hate cream bronzer, but I actually love it. I have been using it literally every single day since I got it. I use it underneath like my powder, and then I just put a little bit of bronzer on top, and I think it looks beautiful. And I don't feel like I'm going to buy any more cream bronzers. Like, I feel like I'll just use this one until it's dead and then maybe buy another one. But I have truly thoroughly enjoyed using this product, and I feel like now I'm part of the cream product club, you know? Now I'm in it. And yeah, so that is the travesty of my low buy journey for July and August. I'm just hoping to do better, and hoping, it's been a very like forced reflection period of time for me, and interesting to see like truly how I need this budget, and I think, to be strict, because at the beginning of August, after allowing myself to buy some things for my birthday, which was essentially just like buying everything that I thought that I felt like I wanted, and then trying to shift back into, oh no, you're not allowed to buy anything anymore, was an interesting experience. And I could feel my mind like rebelling against that, rebelling against my own good sense. So it's you know, it's been helpful to like recognize where I struggle with things, and I hope, like, in a way this is relatable, in that, you know, like, I feel like a lot of people, especially in the beauty community, can relate to like wanting to buy new things, especially with how quickly things launch, and also having to grapple with the fact that, like, frankly, most people can't really afford to do that, especially personally, as someone who is not making money as a grad student. It's been an interesting choice to spend all this money. Anyway, speaking of, I also bought, was that in September? Do I have to talk about that? I also bought the Adept palettes, and I don't want to talk about it because they were so expensive, but I think everyone was sick of me complaining about how much I wanted them and just like kept missing the launches and not buying them. Anyway, so that's that on that. Okay, that's shameful. What a way to end it. Let me know how you've been doing with your low buys. Hopefully better. How have you been doing with purchasing makeup? Again, hopefully better than me. Okay. It's a safe space, so don't judge me, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully the next low buy update that I do will be more positive.